Hey guys. Why am I making this video? This is so different. Most of my videos are I'm sitting in my car and I'm rambling on about random crap. But this is a very serious video, which might not seem that way because it's not scripted or anything, but that's kind of why it's serious. Let me start off by explaining why I'm doing this. I had to write a paper for my college for a certain scholarship that I'm going for, and basically a part of that paper was writing about something like a social justice issue that you feel strongly about. And the first thing that came to my mind was human rights, because it's so heavily debated, but it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be a debate. It shouldn't be a movement. It should be standard. It should be fact. Everyone has the right to live. Everyone has equal right to get married, to equal pay, to have a house. Yet that's so disputed in our culture and in our world, not just in the US, all over the world. And I don't know, it's so sad to see that, because here we are, at least in the US, I'm speaking pretty much on US terms right now. We're a country that was started for freedom. We came here so we could have freedom, and it doesn't feel that way sometimes. I mean, look, what am I? I am an average white guy. Who am I to be talking about persecution? But, I see it every day, and it's so sad to see that, people aren't allowed into this country just because of their religion. People are getting paid different because of their gender. People can't get married. They can right now. But some people can't get married because of their sexual orientation. And even though it's legal right now, thank you, President Obama, with the new administration, who's to say if it's going to stay legal? And there's states that are trying to find ways to barricade it and stuff like that. My point in making this video, and this video could be 5 minutes long, it could be 30 minutes long, but my point in all this is human rights isn't a movement. Human rights is a standard that everyone gets. There's no picking and choosing. If I have the right to a job, to a certain pay, to be able to get married, so does the next guy. And there's people out there so this travel ban, for instance, there are bad people out there. There are terrorists. There are murderers. But people fail to see that the percentage of those people that are actually those things is slim compared to the people who are actually just peaceful, innocent people who come here looking for opportunities that they can't get where they're oppressed. And it's so sad. And I'll say it again, I've said it 7 times probably already, the fact that this is a movement, the fact that this is a debate makes me boil, because it shouldn't be a debate. And if there's anyone around me right now, they're probably like, what the hell is this guy doing? I'm sitting in like this, I guess it's the Eisen Walton League, and there's a no trespassing sign on this gate, and I'm not past the gate, so I'm not trespassing, but they're probably just like, what the hell are you talking about? So, hi, if you can hear me. I don't know if there's anyone back there, but no, it's just, I really just wanted to sit down, and this is more of a journal entry for me, sitting and talking to this camera, than it is something for you to watch. But if you watch it, by all means, thank you. I want to start a discussion, because yes, there is hatred in this world. There are bad people. There are murderers. There are bad cops. There are people who come in here with the name of terror. But there are so many more good people who mean so well, who just want a safe place to live. They want good pay, fair pay. And who are we to deny that? I mean, we came to this country, basically, when we came to this country, we were refugees. So for us to then deny the people who are doing the exact same things as we are, that's obscene. I get it's one thing to say we need lengthier background checks to keep out certain bad people who might be related to certain terrorist organizations. But to deny innocent families who risk their life by staying where they currently are it's like a slap in the face. It's like, look at us, but no, you can't have this. And, we might be, basically the messages we're giving off is go somewhere else. But so many other places are doing the exact same thing. And where are these people going to go? There's a lot of them, and they need places to go. They need safe places. To tell someone basically, if you're Muslim, you can't come in, it's demeaning. I don't know. I'm rambling on now. And I don't really know where I'm going with this. But my basic point is human rights is not just a movement. Yes, it's a movement and it's a good movement, but it shouldn't have to be a movement. It should be something that's standard. It should be basic, like, knowledge. You shouldn't have to be told that someone deserves equal pay. You shouldn't have to be told that that guy in the sick is a good person. You shouldn't have to be told that. You should just be okay with them as people. Yes, there are bad people out there. They exist. We can't deny that, and we can do our best to stop them. But we cannot just take those people and throw them in a group together and say you're all bad because of 2 bad eggs, the whole crate's bad. No, you cannot do that. But that's what's happening. Oh my God, don't get me started. It's a wall based on racism. And not only that, it's gonna cost taxpayers billions of dollars. But there shouldn't be a wall in the first place. And can I just say, I like how he's willing to spend billions of dollars on that wall, yet there's so many things that the country needs first that wouldn't even cost as much, like millions maybe, which in relativity is not a lot. But no, let's build this wall that is not fully necessary, and that is a wall based on hatred. By putting that wall up, you're just saying, we don't like you, stay out. It's like the Berlin Wall. Let's be real here. It's got different reasons for starting, but it's based on oppression. The key word of this talk is oppression. It is. And there's so much of it, yet there shouldn't be. You know, we should just love and support people for who they are. You know, it's our differences that make us people. That's what defines us as humans, is our differences. We have them, and that's what makes us great. Every person's different, but not a single person is alike to the next. But, you know, yet there's so much conflict over it, and there shouldn't be. And I'm rambling, and I'm sorry for wasting 8 minutes so far. But at the same time, it's not a waste, because it's a conversation that I really needed to have with this camera. I know people say world peace is not fully attainable, but we'd get so much closer if we had equal rights, and if people just looked at each other. You know, if your white neighbor looked at your Indian neighbor and didn't see any difference based off their skin, didn't see any difference based off their religion or their clothing or their beliefs. If we saw no differences solely because of that, we'd get along so much better as a people, as a nation, and as a world. There'd be a lot less conflict. And I get that's asking a lot to change at once, but it's such a change that needs to happen, and it's a change that we as a community can spark. And I want to do something bigger to spark that. I don't know what that is yet, but I'm hoping this video will be a good starting point. Whether or not you watch, I understand, but if you're watching this far, thank you. I appreciate the support. But no, I don't know. I just like sitting and talking sometimes, so I apologize. Equal rights is such a necessity. I think it's one of our main issues. Not to mention, I mean, like, yes, education is a big issue in our country. And there's a lot of other hot topic issues, but, you know, I'll say it again before I end this video, the thing about equal rights is it shouldn't be an issue, and that's why we need to resolve it. Because if this wasn't an issue, we'd have so much more time to worry about the other issues that really, really, really need to be taken care of. But until this issue is resolved, those issues can't even be dealt with. Because when you talk about education, there are so many people that are denied education because of human rights. And until we fix human rights, we can't fix education. If we solved the human rights issue and people finally got along with one another and accepted each other based on, you know, who they are as a person and not what society tells them to believe about that person, we would be able to fix so many other problems after that, so many huge problems. But unfortunately, that doesn't seem to be happening in our country, which makes me really sad, because this country is supposedly this great country that so many people look up to. Meanwhile, honestly, our country's based on oppression right now, based on racism and fascism, and that's not how a country should be run. And, you know, I'll say it again, I know everyone has their right to their beliefs. You know, you have a right to believe what Trump says. You have a right to believe in Trump. But the fact is, it's wrong. And while I support your right to vote for who you want, you had every right to vote for Trump. Trump had the right to win. I'm not disputing that. What I am disputing is what he believes. And it's sad that he can believe that to be true, because it's the exact opposite of what's fact. You know, no one's any less of a person because of what they believe, how they dress, their sexuality, their orientation, their gender, you know, where they came from, where they grew up, what they do as a career. None of that matters. And the fact that people make that into something that matters is really just what pisses me off and is pushing me to make a 13-minute video. So I'm actually going to end it here before I talk too much longer. But if you take anything from this video, if you've even watched this far, and I kind of hope you have because it's something I'm really passionate about, if you're still watching, what you should take away from this is that human rights is not a movement. I mean, it is, but human rights shouldn't be a movement. It should be a standard that we all live by. Everyone is entitled to the exact same thing as their neighbor. Your color of your skin, your hairstyle, your orientation, none of that matters. What matters is that you are human, you are worth just as much as the next human. And no one has the right to dispute that. I don't care who they are. They could be the president of the United States, the leader of the UN, they could be the alien leader of Mars. No one has the right to dispute that you are just as valuable as the next person. You are worth the exact same thing. You know, you have a right to freedom. You have a right to opportunity. You have a right to a good job. You have a right to a good education. But that is taken away from so many people when it shouldn't be. Anyways, thanks for watching. I know this is kind of a jumbled mess, word vomit type video, but it meant a lot to me, and there's probably going to be more of it. Because I've just realized how much I like sitting and talking to a camera like this in nature. This is like so quiet, minus the traffic, it's peaceful. So I do appreciate anyone that stuck around this long. Thank you.